This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. It's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. A run with Moss to begin the drive. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. Here's 2nd and 2. That's quickly out to Smith. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to...
Intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Cooper DeJean.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
First and 10 now from the 36. Here goes Hurts on the design run. The ball comes out. It's scooped up by the Falcons. Boy, that hurts. He kept it. He was gaining yards there, but then turns it over, and the defense will take over.
I think that's one of those times, Mike, you'd love to see your quarterback just understand that it's over and get down. There's no need to take that hit, take that contact, and risk losing the ball. He already had a big gain, and now he turns the ball over, and the other offense gets their shot.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And is downfield to the tight end Pitts. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A gain there of 23 yards. It's good for a Falcon first down. They'll look to throw again. That's dropped off for Moss. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so That might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That one, take it in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Riley Patterson now to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
This is a situation where you just have to be a little bit more decisive with the ball in your hand. I mean, at some point, it's got to come out. You cannot continue to stress your protection over time like he did here. And to take that hit after that amount of time, that falls completely on the shoulder.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Moss. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. in there on the stop. 2nd and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Atlanta. There's a run out of the gun with Moss. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. One quarter in the books. It's the Falcons with the early lead. And we're back in Philly in a moment. They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll give up the middle to Moss. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Back to throw. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They'll run with Moss. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Touchdown, Falcons. His 12th touchdown of the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Eagles nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. They face second down and 7. Here's Hurts. This one taken in by Reynolds. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Hurts will try it again. And that's going to be intercepted. A.J. Terrell has it. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this was a great stress test for this defense, Mike. Everybody prepares to defend a quarterback from within the pocket. But how do you defend that quarterback when he breaks the pocket? In this case, watch everybody flow. Everybody stays with the play and maintains their assignment. They get rewarded for a chance at the interception, and he comes through with the pick. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. He'll drop to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll get this complete. It's Moss. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year.
So often these defenses come into the game, Mike, and when they build their pass defense plan, there's tight ends, there's receivers. There's so many weapons that these offenses around the league have at their disposal. It could be easy sometimes to not account for the running back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what happened here. Easy throw, get it into the hands of one of the most dynamic guys on the field, and let them do the rest after the catch, and he takes it in for a touchdown.
Keyshawn Nixon going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. A marker comes in as he goes down. It is a sack, and that flag definitely in the area of holding. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
Taking a shot downfield for Smith.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset, because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
19 yards right away to kick off this drive. On the handoff, this is Moss. And a pickup of 3, or maybe 4. Tackle there by Jalix Hunt. Here's 2nd and 6. on the bootleg. He'll look to throw. He's got it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal. Pitts is the man in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Kyle Pitts, touchdown Falcons. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's gonna keep it himself. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. On 1st down, it's Hurts. Now he'll run it. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd down, Hurts. He keeps it himself. This has been bizarre. From 2nd and a mile, a huge gain, but still short of a 1st down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfect.
And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Charvarius Ward. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Along the sideline, Williams pulls it in. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. A very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Hurts to the air on first down. Working free downfield. It is Williams. Hurts looking to throw on first down. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. To the pylon. He's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. Decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2. Hurts now. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. That's quickly out to Smith. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And that is incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
At their own 33
on first down. It's Hurts. He fumbled the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. A first down throw for Hurts. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be first and goal. To throw is Hurts. This one caught at the 4.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Hurts again. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and now it's third and goal. And they'll throw here with Hurts. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll be fourth and goal coming up.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They'll throw on fourth down with Hurts. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the third quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue, and I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Throwing again from his own end zone. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
So a really interesting strategy here, Mike. So on first and second down, they decide to put the ball in the air, and they both result in incompletion. So now it brings up third down and long, real deep inside your own territory. At the very least, you're trying to give yourself some breathing room if you're unable to pick up this first down.
From his end zone, he'll throw it on third and long. They get 12 yards on that pass. It's good for a Falcon first down.
Anytime you decide to drop back to pass this deep in your own territory, that quarterback has to have a clock in his head. Get the ball out of my hand. In this case, checks it down to his back, picks up a nice gain, gives the offense a little breathing room.
And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Back to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
A tough spot here. Third and long. They'll look to throw. This one intercepted. And now you get the pick six, and right on the heels of that, the offense comes out to go for two. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he will get in for the two. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Right back to the air following that pick six. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete. It's Moss. A gain there of 11. First down, Atlanta.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this third quarter.
35, Eagles 16.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Really nice answer to the previous drive from this quarterback. You want to play at this league and you want to play for a long time, you better have a short-term memory because mistakes are going to happen. Really nice job here bouncing back, putting together a promising drive, and he's open to come away with a touchdown of his own.
Putting the tight end in motion. He'll tuck it and take off. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. A run over center with Moss. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to go into the end zone, but he may have gotten a little help along the way. This one's coming back.
What is this? That was terrible.
They'll throw out of the gun. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Atlanta. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Patterson now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Falcons will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Man in motion is Smith. On first down, it's Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And this will be incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter. There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll set up fourth down. Hurts will try it again. That's going to be caught. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. It's a gain of 12 facing fourth down. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first.
And at this point in the game, trailing by this much, you're just trying to get something positive going. And even if it doesn't alter the outcome of this week's game, Mike, you're trying to build on some things that you can take into next week's practice, build off of and learn from, and hopefully carry into next week's game to hopefully have a lot better performance, especially here offensively.
2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal. To the air again, Hurts. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the 2-point conversion. Now they'll set up to throw. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st and 10, it's Moss. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here's 2nd and 9. They bring a tight end in motion left. They go once more with Moss. Space to run inside the 20. And he's down at the 3. What a run.